August 6th, 2025 meeting of the Cable Communications Commission. This meeting is being held remotely, and we intend to conduct this meeting similarly to an in-person meeting. Lisa Wandress will now do roll call.
Tony Ramirez. Tony, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you just note where you're zooming from for
Ann
us?
Arbor.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, Tony. David Pittman.
President zooming from Detroit today.
Thank you. Bonnie Gabowitz.
I'm here in Pittsfield, Michigan.
Zach Damon. Tom Wright. Okay. Thank you, Bonnie.
Okay, so I'd like to have a motion to approve the agenda and also have a second to the motion. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second it.
Thank you. Okay, and then we have the minutes that were presented for February 2025. I would like to have a motion to approve as well as a second.
Move to approve the February minutes.
And I'll second that. This is an opportunity for persons to speak up to 3 minutes. Public comment will be via telephone only. To speak during public comment, please call 1-877-853-5247 and enter meeting ID number 922-8058-3983. This information is also available on the published agenda in the public notices section in the city website. Greg, we would love to hear from you. Do you have a CTN report today?
Yes, actually I have two. So let me share, go in and do that. See if I can everybody see that. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, that's showing up.
We can.
Okay. Let me make it a little bit bigger. It's better for me. So the first report is from the quarter from January of March of this year, 2025. And just our highlights, we continued, as we do every quarter, basically, our coverage of the virtual meetings and hybrid meetings that the city holds. During this time, we also did our annual production of Let's Watch with the Ann Arbor Film Festival. We've been doing that for a number of years now, and we continue to do that. We did our coverage of high school winter sports, mostly basketball, during that time. We participated in the 2025 Citizens Academy that the city puts on. And during this time, we also completed 3 city roundups. Those are sort of short little informational programs we did this time with the police department about work zones and distracted driving and pedestrian safety. We also, during this time, we covered 53 city meetings. The list is below. Also 3 additional meetings of the Downtown Development Authority. And then we had 32 programs produced by our staff, including FYI, the City Roundup, Senior Moments, Adventures in Parenthood, Ward Talk. And then on the public side, we had 99 programs premiere on the public channel. 81 programs were submitted for playback during this time. our community producers completed one program. They made one portable equipment reservation and one hotline studio reservation and two main studio reservations. So our usage by the public has been down. Really, it went down during COVID and it's been slowly coming back. But as you may recall, our staff trainer left us in September. So the numbers dropped quite a bit because we didn't have a regular staff person to help with this. And I'll get back to that in a little bit. And then on the educational channel, we had 72 programs premiere, including the sports coverage that we do and the Let's Watch with the film festival and the Board of Education meetings. And then our YouTube channel had 25,762 hits over those 3 months with the Santa Satellite program that we did back in 2013 popping up in there quite a bit. So it's, I guess, a fan favorite. People like to go back and see what happened 12 years ago. And that was the first quarter. Now let me see if I can just pop over. Can you see this one now? The April to June. Is that
Can you scroll up? We can just see the
end? Okay, let me
yeah.
stop and switch pages here. Okay, do this one. Okay. Now
There we go. April to June, right?
April to June. Yep. So
Perfect.
this is the most recent report. And so again, coverage of meetings continued. We completed coverage of the spring sports that we do for the schools, and the public training that we do has resumed. So at the end of March, which is basically the very last day of March, the 31st, we hired a new producer whose focus is on helping the public access people and the public access channel and training people and doing that type of work. So you'll see some of those numbers are starting to go back. People are starting to come back in, and he's starting to do trainings as he moves forward. We also covered high school graduations, which we do every year. And then this is a little unusual, 3 of the boards and commissions that we regularly cover ended. They concluded their work, I guess you could say, or they were disbanded. The Design Review Board, the Environmental Commission, and the Energy Commission. The Environmental Commission and Energy Commission have been merged together, and they are going to turn into a new commission that I'm not sure if it has an official name yet, but we're calling it the Sustainability Commission. And we will begin covering them in September. And then we also participated in the Emergency Operations Center exercise that they held, where some of our staff members acted and actually sort of like an actor. They pretended to be reporters questioning the police about a serious event that was going on. And then we also covered the Independent Community Police Oversight Commission when they held their meeting. Sometimes during the summer, they like to move out of City Hall and hold things out around the community. And they held one at Westgate Library. So we covered them while they were out there. And then the list of meetings we did, 47 meetings, again, 3 DDA meetings, and then 32 programs produced by our staff, FYI, and the Green Light, Senior Moments, Ward Talk, a lot of the regular programs we do. And on the public access, we had 104 programs premiere, 74 programs were submitted for playback. Our community producers completed 1 program, but now there were 5 portable equipment reservations, 2 hotline studio reservations, and 1 main studio reservation, and 3 public members were trained in field production. So things are just starting to gear up on that side with our new staff person, his name is Ryan Smith. I think you've been sort of introduced to him with I know we sent a video out to everybody as he introduced himself and to tell everybody about training is back. And I think we sent something out when he first started with a little bit of his background, but he's been doing a really good job getting things up to speed and helping to try to draw people back in. And in our educational channel, we had 81 programs premiere. Again, the high school sports and graduations and 7 school board meetings. And then our YouTube channel, we had 30,000 hits, 710 hits over these last 3 months. And one of the drivers to the number jumping up by 5,000 from the previous quarter, as you can see, would be the City Planning Commission. They're have been holding additional meetings for the comprehensive plan update that they're doing. So a lot of people are very interested in that and are watching those meetings and going back and rewatching them so that they can participate in future meetings as they come up. And that's the CTN report, or the reports, I should say.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
What's the update on the studio moving over to the election center? Because it looks like we're coming close to the time when we'll be moving.
Yeah, sure. So the plans for they're going to do a renovation at the election center in order to fit us in there, adjust, move walls around. They're also going to be moving the economic development group into the building as well. The project is supposed to go before council this month for their approval. And that if they approve everything continues to move forward according to the plans. They're hoping that whoever the selected contractor would get things going by the end of September, and that all of the renovation work would be done by March. We still have our lease in our current location until next August, so we have a whole year. So we won't move right when the building is, like, the renovations are done. We'll probably move close to a year from now, probably, and we may be moving in steps, and one step, actually, this, not really a move, but they will be taking towards the end of construction, which will be in that February, March timeframe. They will be taking some of the lighting equipment out of the current studio to install it in the new one. And so our current studio will end up using, like, portable lights to do stuff in there for a few months until we actually move everything over to the new studio. So we're on track, hopefully, but we have to kind of wait and see till things get approved by council, and then they start moving forward, and we can make more definite plans about when we'll get over there.
Okay, does anyone have any other questions?
I'm
Greg?
curious, Greg, how compared to the current facility, how will the new facility look in terms of the layout, and you're going to have the same configuration in terms of the smaller studio spaces?
So the new space is going to be, so I mean, if you're familiar with our current space, is a little long and drawn out. We have a really long hallway to go from one end office space back to the other office space. There's only going to be one sort of office space for all staff. And that's sort of the one end of the space that we have, and the other end of the space is all the production space. Currently we have 2 rooms that we use to store portable and field equipment. That's all going to be combined into one room.
Okay.
The main studio over at the new space is going to be about 2/3 of the size of our existing studio. So it is going to be a little smaller.
Okay.
The storage space for it will match the current storage space that we have. So we won't lose any space as far as to store supplies and set supplies and that kind of stuff. And then the small studio is going to be roughly the same size as the existing one, except it's going to be uniform, like a rectangular square, where the existing one has kind of a corner that's bumped out because of electrical equipment. Right. So when you come in, the studios will be really close to where you are. You won't have to walk down a long hallway to get to them. Yeah. We won't have set little rooms for editing suites anymore. They're just going to be like cubicles, large cubicle walled off spaces. And we're just going to be, because right now all we do is loan out the MacBooks for people to edit with. So it'll be a space that anybody can come in, and we'll have monitors, a keyboard, mouse, and you can take the MacBook and hook it up and work there if you want to, or you can take the MacBook home and work. You know,
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
sure.
Any other questions or comments? Okay. We don't have any specific items on the agenda. However, there was a mention in the last meeting, interest in having more visibility and more awareness of what the cable studio can do for the community. And that's something that we can look into now that, you know, we have an extra person in the studio who's working. We can maybe come up to more access and more availability. So I'd like to continue that theme, perhaps next meeting or in between meetings, we could be passing on a few ideas as to how we get more visibility. Any comments or questions about that?
I think it's a great idea. I would be happy to support that and put some effort into doing some research on ways we can support the marketing and promotion for CTN.
Right. And just that you know that we used to have accessibility at the art fair, the annual art fair, which wasn't available last year and this year. And I know we did have a table where we could pass out pamphlets and explain what our services were. So I think that's why it's even more important, because that particular very public, very large get together, we didn't have that access. So we'll look for other opportunities locally.
Bonnie, a suggestion might be, since you know, a very, very high percentage of art fair goers are not Ann Arbor residents
Mhm,
and are not eligible for CTN services.
mhm,
Our sustainability office does host Green Fair
mhm.
twice a year, which has a very high percentage of Ann Arbor residents. And they would be happy to host a table if cable commissioners wanted to staff it,
Mhm.
or volunteers. So that might be a venue that you might want to consider in the future amongst yourselves for outreach opportunities that would hit our target audience, I think, better than art fair.
Okay, that's a great idea. Thank you. And I just want to add my own thanks to I want to bring attention to the PSAs in the programs. I know on Channel 16, I know on my show, Ward Talk, in between my interview, we have a 3-minute PSA, and I am very impressed with the quality of the PSAs and the fact that they offer important information about safety opportunities for events and what some of the city services are that some people might not be aware of. So I want to just give a shout out to all the PSAs that are developed by the studio. I think they're excellent and they're very valuable.
So I would say kudos to our assistant CTN manager, Melissa Bondi, for keeping those PSAs going and assigning producers and staff. She's always looking for ideas, services to showcase, and I know she's very active in seeking those out. So that too, don't be shy about sending, Melissa ideas of things that you see in the community, or questions that you might have about city services, that we could highlight in a PSA.
Yeah, and especially the visuals, for instance, the new requirements about where the garbage bins are placed and not blocking the bicycle lanes. The visuals were perfect. They were simple and easy to understand, and it just helped for, instead of people just reading words of what they should be doing, the visuals really make it better.
Helps
More-
with video, doesn't it?
there any other topics or comments coming?
I just
from-
wanted to thank all of our CTN staff on temps for their art fair coverage, and getting out in the heat. And we always have significant weather during art fair. It never fails that there's always one day, and it also never fails that it's always very hot. So thank you to those staff who got out at art fair and captured videos of the attendees, and it's always a fan fave.
Any other comments or questions? Well, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting and have a second for that motion.
Move
I
to
second.
adjourn.
David, you're giving a motion?
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you. And second, I will second. And this meeting ends at 4:24 p.m. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.